So we have watched Michael Scott in The Office. And the question is, why is The Office so popular in the United States, but why are there spin-offs in the UK? Actually, the original version came from the UK. Why is this relevant in India, in Germany, in other countries as well? Why is a movie like Office Space a cult movie? Why do people feel like this is really, really speaking to them? Why is Dilbert an ongoing hit? What do people find funny? Because it's actually pretty sad when you look at it, that people spend most of their time at work and during their life not liking work. This is an epidemic in many ways. We call it the epidemic of employee engagement. People are typically not very excited to go to work, be at work. They call it work for a reason. And there may be good reasons to do so. But let's look at the data in terms of employee engagement and how this is a challenge for modern day managers. Gallup, a consulting group, looked at employees globally in different categories with an assessment of whether and how people are actively contributing to the goal of the company, meaning who are the highly effective employees. Of course, a manager wants to know that. And what Gallup finds is that these engaged employees, they call them, they work with passion and feel a profound connection to their company. They drive innovation and move the organization forward. So every manager would want to have a lot of these types of employees, right? Seems obvious. In fact, if you look at across the globe, very few people overall are part of that category. In the US, we have 29% of the working population that are considered engaged. That's not even a third. In China, in the urban Chinese working population, we get a result of 12%. That's maybe every 9th person. So what is happening here? It is a tragedy for management because the largest group of employees are not engaged, according to Gallup. They call these employees essentially checked out. They're sleepwalking through their workday, putting time but not energy or passion into their work. We could call them zombies. They're there, warm bodies. People talk like that in many of the business settings about themselves and about others. Gallup finds that 55%, a majority of people at the workplace, operates like that. In the United States, 55%, in China, up to 70%. And this is the same pattern across the globe. If that is not tragic enough, Gallup finds another category of actively disengaged employees who aren't just unhappy at work. They're busy acting out their unhappiness. Every day, these workers undermine what their engaged co-workers accomplish. This is what we've seen in Office Space. People are so unhappy that they are excited about hurting the company, stealing the printer, breaking it, burning down the company. These are extreme cases, but they are not as rare as one would think. Gallup finds that in the US population, actively disengaged people represent 16%. In the Chinese working population, 20%. That's every 5th person. That would be every 5th student here in class that is actively disengaged, doesn't want to learn, interrupts class, interrupts the learning process. That is a lot, right? And for managers in that context, this is hard. This is very difficult. This is a problem. This is why we talk about this as a tragedy. an epidemic.